So, hello everyone, welcome to our third lecture on how to store and retrieve data stored in an in-app. So, what happens right now is we are going to have to retrieve the data that we stored in our previous lecture on tutorial. And what is going to happen is we're going to first create another Android layout where we're actually going to be reflecting the data that we stored, and this is it. So this is the layout. It should be having this is an image view, text view. You don't mind about this design. This is a background that was customly made by me. So that is it. It is not so complex, but right here we're having text views. Okay then. So before we do this, we are first going to create a new class that will handle our data. And I have a new folder here called helpers. And actually, you have to create a new class. You can come over here and say new, then class, then you give it a class name. I named my class already this. So after you create a class and enter the class, what you first need to do is make it a public static class. Actually, that means that that class will be accessible all over the entire application if it is a public static class. So set it as a public static class, then also declare a static iShared preferences that I named preferences, then application context get shared preference. This should be the same name that you use when you're storing your data. Then also file creation mode is equal to private, or file creation mode. You see application context get shared preferences, user auth. This should be the name that you used when you're storing your data. Then file creation mode dot private. After declaring that static iShare preference, you should also declare a public static string that I named get full name. You can name it full name, or but literally get full name makes sense because we're actually going to pick the full name from the preferences or from the local database. So after this, just say declare a string called full name, then which will be equal to preferences of get string, which will be having this full name, that the one you use when you're applying. You say put string is the actual name that you're going to put here, which is the full name. Then the text, you don't actually know what is right there, so you just put blank quote. Then you will say return full name. It will actually return the full name. So when you say public static string get mail,